I feel like my phone is tilting on me. Woo, here we go. Fun on the fly fixes. Welcome back! How's everyone doing? We're going to get back into some driving thoughts as we focus in on Colossians again. We're going to keep going through this section again. Colossians 1 is all about the supremacy of Christ and who he is, and we're just going to jump right back into verse 19. And I'm going to read it here. So Colossians 1:19 says, "For God was pleased to have all his fullness dwell in the Son." So, we talked about the supremacy of Christ, how he's the first of all things. Again, not the first created, which is very important, because he's not created. Jesus being fully God, not being a creation of God, but firstborn as, again, the concept of in first place, the eminent one, the preeminent one, the supreme over all things. That word that's used there can be translated and is often used to show, again, just the hierarchy, if you will. Again, supremacy is really truly the best way to think about that word, that Jesus is the first. Again, not the first creation, but the first in rank, the first in order, the first that we should be giving glory and honor to. And really, this particular verse here, 19, it's talking about for God, referring again to God the Father. So we've got the Trinity going on here. But yes, God the Father, his all of the fullness of God, the full essence of God, right, was pleased to have the full essence of God dwell in Christ, the Son. And, you know, sometimes if you just take verses one at a time as they are, you could easily change them to what you want it to say. But really, this is a complete and utter discussion about the unity of the Father and the Son as we talk about it. Again, eternal, co-eternal, always in the same essence. Okay, that's an important thing to think about. And for Christ, for Jesus, the Son, to be of full essence, again, distinct persons of the Trinity, but full essence, full unity with the Father, fully divine, fully human is Jesus. And so the full divinity dwelt within the Son. And this is not a temporary, that Jesus was created and therefore partly divine for a brief amount. No, this is a permanent. And that's how that Greek construction is going on there. It's this permanent dwelling, this permanent connection, this permanent unity within the Trinity. And again, it's just very important because you have groups that are going around, especially the Jehovah's Witnesses, who are saying that Jesus is a creation, which goes back to Arius in the late 200s, 300s, who taught that Jesus was the first creation of God, which goes against church history entirely. And so that's why these things are important to understand, that Jesus is fully God, fully divine, fully human. If he was not fully human, then he never actually died. And if he didn't die, then his blood wasn't actually shed. If his blood wasn't actually shed, then we are not covered under the blood. And the only reason his blood can cover us is because he is fully divine and perfect. And the only sacrifice that is sufficient for us. That's why these things are so important for us to understand. Because if Jesus is not God, we are still under the law and we are still under the curse, and we do not have grace, we do not have redemption. And so it is utterly important for us to understand that. So as we just continue to look through Colossians here, occasionally apparently, just these little bits of things that are going to crop up are just important for us to understand. So keep listening, keep following along, like, share, do all the fun things that you can do with the internet stuff. Thanks for listening. You all have a wonderful, blessed time. Take care. Bye.